Right here, right here. Yeah, everybody. Everybody. That's right. I'm sick too, bro. We all sick. Who's sick? Who in here has a cough, a cold, congestion? All right, we're good, bro. Come on, bro. Not that kind of sick, Carlton.
I'm sick of it.
Sick with it. Stop. All right, guys. Xavier, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling people's names. I don't know what else to do right now. Justin, guys, if I can have you guys come up, please. Fill in the seats here. Let's act like we're close with each other here. Nobody's got to be a wallflower. Everyone, come fill up seats up here. They're almost full.
The rules, please.
You gonna sing?
Maybe. All right, if I can have everybody just fill out the seats in the front here first. So we're going to be talking today about procrastination. How do you fight procrastination? How to build up resilience to bad habits, and why you choose to work hard, and how working hard has helped us grow. Let me let Gene take it off.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, well, today, what I wanted to say is, like, how do I fight procrastination? Excuse me, everybody, can we get started today? We're going to wait for everybody to get situated. All right, well, I fight procrastination with dedication and focus. Because if you're focused and you're dedicated, then there's no time to procrastinate. Because see, procrastination, it also leads to bad habits. So they go together. So, habits can either be good or they can be bad. So, like, it's like continuously. If you continue to do something bad, it becomes a habit. You continue to do something good, it becomes a habit. So it's like, what do you want to build? You want to build good habits or bad habits? So to fight procrastination, I just like to stay, focused and dedicated. This way I won't procrastinate. Plus, I don't have time to procrastinate because I got too many things and responsibilities, So I don't know about everybody else, but when you got responsibilities, it's no time to procrastinate. Because procrastination is not going to bring you progress. It's going to bring you digress. Now, also, as far as working hard, I like to work hard because the saying goes, if you're not working hard, then you're hardly working. And if you're hardly working, that means you're hardly getting paid. So there's no need to work if you're not going to get paid, or you can go volunteer somewhere, So you always want to work hard. And even if you volunteer, you want to work hard. Me, I like to put my all into everything I do. Now, as far as procrastination, that's not too much of my problem. I don't like to procrastinate. The other week we talked about time management. Like, that's my thing. Like, I get up 4 a.m. every day. But sometimes I might not start, like, actual work, it might be 8 or 9 o'clock. But it's not because I'm procrastinating, it's because I got a lot of things to manage. So I got to work harder on my time management. But procrastination, you never want that to be one of your habits. Because if it is, then you got to check it. Now, bad habits, in order to prevent bad habits, you got to look at the ones that you have. If you look at the bad habits you got and you work on them, then you prevent yourself from obtaining more. Now you fix those bad habits, stop being a continuous of whatever you're doing that's not working right. And, do the opposite.
So to what Gene said, he mentioned we've spoken here before about time management, right? And time management is one of those things that you can use to properly tackle the habit of procrastination. Because if you're not managing your time well, and if you're not giving yourself strict deadlines, like if you're not taking your own deadlines and tasks seriously, then it's very easy to get caught up in the bad habit of procrastination. Why? Because each and every one of you guys has what is called a trigger, right? There's some things that might trigger people to get upset. There's some things that might trigger people to want to go back to bed, think it's going to be a bad day. Or there might be things that trigger people to be offended, or you might get triggered into loving somebody. Like, everybody has a triggering event. And with procrastination, it's literally no different. Procrastination is one of those things that something is going to trigger you to want to put off what it is you have to do. So one of the best ways to combat that is to become self-aware enough to know what your triggers are. For a lot of us, it's distraction. The very tool that we need to use to get the job done and get paid is the same tool that is used to distract us. There is no shortage of distractions in the world when you have one of these in your hand. Is that true? Or is it true?
Social media.
So each and every one of us are easily distracted. I noticed something to myself when we were at Bible study. I was using my phone instead of the Bible to read because everything's on my phone. If I wanted to go and read a Bible verse, I can look it up on my phone. But I noticed that in doing so, and I'm reading along, if I got a text message notification from somebody, especially if they were asking a question, there was a pattern interruption in my head. And I felt an urge to have to go and respond to the text or answer their question. And then I realized I'm not following along anymore. I was being distracted from what it was I had planned and intended to do on Friday night at Bible study when I should be following along. So I know that there are triggers out there, and I know how easy it is to be distracted by them. And I know I'm not the only human being on the planet it happens to. So one of the things that could be a good way to combat that is there's literally apps you can put on your phone that you can snooze all these notifications and alerts for a period of time. So if there's something that you really need to get done, the first step you need to take is one, remember what we said when we were talking about time management the other day. Don't say you don't have time for it, say it's not important. And then you're going to realize whether or not you guys are right in your thinking. Is it really not important to get enough sleep? Is it really not important to pay attention to your kids? Is it really not important to make sure you're eating a well-balanced diet? Is it really not important to get out early and start getting sales at the beginning of the day? So instead of saying I don't have time for it, say I don't important. It's not important. Once you realize you've been prioritizing your tasks incorrectly, prioritize them correctly and set a time for when you're going to go and get out and get some sales. And when that time comes on your phone, the alert tells you it's time to get up and go out, don't snooze that. Snooze your other notifications. Snooze your alerts. Snooze your text message notifications. Okay, snooze your social media notifications. The things that have caused you to be triggered into procrastinating, shut those off instead and go get to work because that's what you had planned to do. That's what is important. You've already decided this for yourself. And that's the way that you can combat procrastination. Get rid of the triggers. Because everybody knows you get a notification on social media and you pull it up and you see something real important from somebody, whatever, it's a news story or something one of your friends posted. And next thing you know, you spent 30 minutes watching videos of cats getting scared by bananas. It's ridiculous. Why would we do that? And then in that time, how many people have you not signed up and made no money? Right? Tell me that's happened to you guys. I'm not the only one, right? Okay. I don't want to feel like a weirdo saying that out loud. Thank you. So yeah, that's an important thing to remember. I had to look at the text right. I just got a text right now and I had to look at it. How bad is that? Come on. We have a meeting. But like I'm saying, this is what's going to happen all the time. So if you guys want to combat procrastination, you guys need to really be aware of what your triggers are and literally do stuff to combat it. Or it's just going to keep coming up and interrupting your guys' life while you're trying to accomplish tasks. What happens if you don't do anything about it and the triggers that you know are coming 24 hours a day continue to distract you for the next 2 years? What's your life going to look like? Oh, you guys didn't think about that, huh?
Horrible.
Do that. Do nothing about procrastination and let your triggers distract you from doing the things you have to do for the next 2 years, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years. What will your life look like? You guys have to deeply consider that. We're not working for the weekend here. We're not working hard 5 days a week or 6 days a week so we could chill on the weekend. Who here has a dream, a goal, a vision for their future life? At least one person, thank you. Who? Come on, guys. Who here seriously has a vision of how they want their life to be?
I do.
Thank you.
We do. I do.
Did you get important text right now?
Yeah.
All right. See, if you have a vision in your life how you want it to turn out, then you know you're going to have to take the necessary steps to get there. But in the moment, when we get distracted by a notification on our phone or your kids trying to get your attention or whatever's going on, you got to remember that these distractions can easily trigger you into procrastinating and not doing what you have to do to make your life look the way that you want it to look. And if you don't have a plan for your life that you work towards to make it look the way you want to look, then you're going to have to realize your life is going to fit into somebody else's plan. And I like the way Jim Rohn says it. He says, if you don't plan your life out, you will have to fit into someone else's plan. What do you think they have planned for you? Not much.
I fit my life.
Yeah, Angel, he had some good points right there. And like you said,
when you're done.
So,
When you're done, Carlton wants to talk.
okay. And procrastination, like you said, what's your life going to look like? Well, it's going to look like you developed a lot of bad habits. And when you develop bad habits, they're easy to obtain, but they're hard to get rid of. That's why you never want to just let bad habits just get out of control. Like, it's always good to address them. It's like self-reflection. You know what I mean? If you do self-reflection on yourself, then all the bad habits that you got, you can start knocking them out. It's like goals. You know, we're good at goals if you got a lot of bad habits. The bad habits is going to kill your goals. So if you take time to, decrease the bad habits and get them out of there, then you can use that time on accomplishing your goals.
Right.
All right, now, who did you get?
Carlton wanted to say something.
Carlton.
Where'd he go?
Where'd he go?
Did he?
All
There you
right.
go. Lost you for a second.
I just wanted to speak on procrastination because I experienced that a lot. Me being a Sagittarius, we like action. We like to be like, oh. So what we do is subconsciously we'll wait to the last minute and do like everything. Like I'll get up at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and I still be late. You know what I'm saying? So procrastination is really strong with me. And what I do is when it happens, I don't think about it. I just think about the Nike sign. Just do it. I don't think, I don't do anything. I know what I got to do because I do the same thing over and over. Like, for example, you're talking about the phone. I don't think about it. I just go straight to what I'm doing. Because once you start thinking, that stinking thinking comes in and then it drifts you away. Okay? But when what you were talking about, those triggers, when those triggers come, what you're supposed to do is, first of all, you gotta know, like you said, you gotta know what the triggers are. When they do come, what you gotta do is you gotta take a deep breath. You gotta pray. After you pray, you gotta play the tape forward. What happens when I listen to those devils inside my mind that are trying to take away my success? What happens? Well, it happens every last time. The other 10, 20 times I do it, I go back. I go back to what I was doing, and I don't move forward. So you play the tape and say, hey, look, I don't want to go back. I want to go forward. Then, at that point, okay, like again, you don't think about it. You just do it. Just go.
All right, that was good. We got some highlights for this week and this weekend as well. I'm gonna let Andrew, you wanna come say these the weeks, that's the weekend.
We got what's wrong?
That's the week and it's the weekend.
Over the weekend, we have we got 3 people. The top 3, Justin R with 9. We have Gene here to my left with 8. And with number 3 with 6 sales, we got Jamari. All right, and then for the week, let's see here. Number one for the week. Whoa, Leela was 71. And then a close second, we got Junior with 56. Give it up to Peyton, 41. We have Michael with 35. Big Mike in the house. Say it, Dad. And then we got a tie at 33 for the week between Delano and James G. All right, so obviously, guys, you guys know that been doing this long enough that every time we see people that are like the top three, the big hitters, the alpha dogs, and all that in here, these are people who obviously have overcome the things that cause them to procrastinate. Right. I'm gonna ask. Don't let it get to your head, bro. So I'm gonna ask right now the leaders in the building, the ones that have been very consistent this year. Do you or do you not have triggers that cause you to want to procrastinate or do something other than going to work? Just raise your hand if this is true. Every single one of you guys. Look at that. Every single one of them. We all have to face that, right? And Carlton said something a minute ago that made me think. He said the enemy is inside, right? It's the thoughts that we have inside of our head that hold the most power over our lives. I want to tell you, there's a lot of people out there who believe it's someone else's fault that their life is the way that it is. That is 100% true. There's so many people in this world that wake up every day dead focused that there is someone out there that they don't know and have not seen that is causing havoc in their lives, preventing them from being a better person. It could be the government. It could be, some shady cabal, whatever people think. But there is no entity in this world that is going to be a larger adversary to you in actively and daily trying to prevent you from reaching your goals than the thoughts inside of your head. And the reason I bring this up is because it's so substantial. You think about your thoughts, right? What are your thoughts? Is it some wispy imagination, some insubstantial, ethereal, non-real thing? Like, how can your thoughts possibly be that big of a deal when you have legitimate flesh and blood enemies outside of your head, right? I used to tell people this all the time when I was in corporate sales training. If I saw somebody struggling with trying to get over a wall, there's ways we can help get them over that wall. Is there not? If I saw someone struggling and climbing a mountain, there's ways to get them through and over the mountain. Is that correct? If there was some obstruction in a roadway somewhere on the way to where they're heading, there's ways to go around that obstruction and get to where you need to go. Is that right? There's nothing anyone can do for you if you're letting your thoughts stop you. I want you to take that very serious. There's literally nothing. Go ahead and clap. Thank you, Ralph, for sending it off. There's literally nothing anybody could ever do to help you if you're letting your thoughts stop you from succeeding. I want you guys to take it very serious because, like Carlton said, the enemy lies within, not without. God bless you guys.
And with that said, before we go, it's like you said, your thoughts can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. You know? So like make it your best friend. Meaning listen to the positive thoughts. The bad thoughts, ignore them.
Let's go. Let me see that mic.
Good job, guys.
Yeah,